Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Ashen Cast, and today we're having a look at a game played by Oner on the Korean server, and he is going to be picking up the big man. So I haven't casted Gragas in quite a while at this point, and well, what do we say? So Graggy is a little bit of special jungler, and like I usually do with these jungle players, because obviously looking the first person VOD of a jungler is always a little bit boring. We are going to cast the entire game. So in the bot lane, we have a Kalista and a Pyke. For the blue team, for the red team, we have a Zeri and a Lulu. Zeri been in the meta now. Again, she has come back. High key, one of the picks I am least excited about. Alright, then we have, for the blue team, we have a Galio, and for the red team, we have a Poppy. And then in the top lane, we have a Jace facing off against a Pantheon on the blue team. And then in the jungle, we have a Zac, and obviously, Oner's Gragus. Alright, so the big man is going to solo start at top, it would appear. I'm not sure if Jace is going to help. It doesn't look like it. I mean, he doesn't necessarily need it, so it's kind of alright. I've seen multiple Gragas players do this. Sounds weird, but seems to be actually a thing. And obviously, your boy is down here. Alright, yeah, so this is... yeah, this lane is going to be a rough lane. What was that Q? I saw that. That was not how it's supposed to go. Oh, by the way, in the top lane we have Daddy Jace. Ooh. Ain't that something, eh? Alright, so the bot lane, Lulu, Zeri are acquiring the push here, which is kind of dangerous because that's the equivalent of pushing in an assassin in the mid lane. You know, you have a very long time that Kalista can run you down. Once she gets obviously level 2. Oh my god, and Zeri acquired. Zeri got hit by the tower. That is not a good look. Heavy trading in the top lane. Obviously everything goes as it's supposed to be. Jace is trying to bait the W there, because after that he can freely damage the Pantheon. Didn't get it, but you know, still solid in this position. Alright, and Oner is already playing with Gragas again. This is something that you'll see Oner do a lot. He knows the matchup. He knows what exactly the ranges are that the champion can go to, and he will punish. So I think Zac can exactly read what is going on here. He knows he's going to have to seed that. And interestingly enough, Zeri seems to be winning this matchup, which seems very weird, as Zeri hasn't struck me as a very mechanical player. The player, Zeri. So I'm confused. I don't know what it is. Maybe it is the Lulu. Okay, flash by Pyke. This is obviously where it becomes dangerous, but beautiful flash in by Oner as he secures that kill. Lulu, yeah, messing with the Kalista heavily, as we have some also heavy trading in the mid lane. Goes in favor of Poppy, I would say, in general, because Poppy just still has enough mana, and obviously if she gets her shield, she would do quite fine, but I'm not 100% sure because don't underestimate Galio damage. Pantheon, yeah, finds the ghost, finds a very, very strong fight there as a 1-for-1. Lulu executes herself. Dude, Lulu is popping off, my god. This Lulu actually scary. Alright, Pantheon now has dominance over the lane. Jay's going to teleport back. Pantheon has used his ghost. Still has the teleport available for himself though. Galio, same thing, has teleported already, taking tower shot. Great. 10 out of 10. That's what we like to see. Is ahead in CS though. Well, I'm not sure actually. Yeah, he should be slightly ahead in CS, even if she CS's everything. But not by a lot. Alright, so look at the spot lane down here. Kalista lanes, usually pretty strong. The thing is that if Kalista is on the back foot, it can be a little bit difficult, and we missed an all-in in the top lane. That is too bad. If Kalista is on the back foot, it can be a little bit difficult for her to find the all-in and find the poke. Oner making his way to the bottom again. He has sorcery shoes and obviously has that predator on them as well. Alright, he's undetected. Yeah, okay, so blue team is just dead here. Not much they can do, to be honest. Oner actually waiting and playing it out. Very good job. Zach finds the counter gank. Yeah, honestly, this is not looking too good. I wasn't even looking at the Zach, but that still was a very strong counter gank. But we remain in the same position. Ooh, what an angle, by the way, by Poppy. Alright, Galiold comes out. And that is Zach going down to Zeri. The Lulu has been hooked. Lulu doesn't really care if she dies or not. Yeah, this is still really, really huge for the red team here, as obviously the AD carry has acquired 3 kills by now. Pyke finding a good cheese angle here. And this is kind of hard for Jace, right? I believe that most of the damage also hit while Jace was still in cannon form, in which he obviously has least resistances, or less resistances, and is actually like considerably squishy, right? So that is very, very good of Pantheon to look for that, because it's much more than you can do in most trades. Okay, so Jace finds a decent fight here. You have to obviously keep in mind that, yeah, Jace can poke where Pantheon can't, right? So if you give this lane enough time and both of them have even HP, most of the time it's going to be the Pantheon who will be going down, slowly whittled down, or even just dying to a shock blast. I mean, we could have been a little bit more intentional with that, but Jace has to look out. Ooh, he sees the Q. Yeah, now I would leave, though. He saw the Q. He must have seen the Q. He decides to push one in. Yeah, that is not... That's going to be a fatal error here. Yeah. Alright. Well, too bad. Goodbye, Jace. Alright, so bot lane. Yeah, Kalista has been pushed back again. Blue buff available for Zeri. That's very obnoxious. Yeah, you can tell how much damage Zeri does nowadays as well. Pantheon roam. He will catch the Zeri, but it's hard to catch up with her once she gets going. Big damage by his Q, but he has blown everything he has now. Interestingly enough, she decides to go for the other AD carry there. Takes the auto attack to take him down. And yeah, I mean, 4-0, this Zeri is well situated in the game, and I don't really think that there is much coming of it. And remember that Oner was the person, he was the guy to initiate this with a beautiful E-flash on that Graggy, where the enemy team just saw their opportunity there, right? Lulu baiting it out beautifully. Pyke flashed in. He thought he got the hook onto the Lulu. He was like, yeah, we can all in here. And Gragas just pops in there. Bada boom, bada bam. Pyke's gone. Erased from the face of the earth. And that is the power of jungle. Oh, what a ridiculous roll. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, Pyke. Yeah, Pyke in a little bit of a miserable situation, but I mean, no one is as miserable as Pyke's AD carry, because obviously Pyke can still roam and kind of do things. And let's be honest, with stuff like Pantheon on your team, you don't hate that as Pyke, because Pantheon combo most of the time doesn't kill. So, you know, people are left with a little bit of HP, so it's very predictable. You can get very good ultimates off. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, man. Kalista. I mean, the problem with Kalista at this point is that Kalista is not very good into Zeri if she falls behind, especially this much. Oner is here, but Jace, I think, might just go down before Oner can do anything about it. Yeah, that's goddamn right. Rather unfortunate, Oner didn't have his ultimate available here either. So that's a rough situation. Yeah, I think bot lane is just going to be pushed in. And so the focal lanes I think, yeah, I think for Oner, definitely a lane that he wants to impact a little bit more would be top lane. Yeah. Oh, beautiful ultimate as he will take... Oh my god, as he will take down the Pantheon here. Oh my god, yeah, that was a solid job. I mean, he E's, and then obviously once the Pantheon E's himself, he can't really dodge the ultimate anymore, so he just throws him into the turret and takes him down for another kill for Oner. Well, actually, the first kill for Oner. But very, very good. Alright, so Poppy's still popping in the mid lane. Ooh, ay. Zeri will go down, shut down over to Kalista. Yeah, and that is Lulu going down as well. Yeah. So that's going to be rough. Yeah. Ooh, the flash by Oner. Is that going to be enough to take them down? I mean, Poppy, pretty decent, but the W actually not so well timed. Obviously, had he timed the W a little bit later after stunning, he would have been a little bit more lethal there, but it ended up working out anyway, so that's totally fine. And that was big damage, but it's still, like, even though this doesn't look very good, it's still pretty good versus for the Kalista, because she did pick up a very big shutdown. So although it's not a huge turning point, it is definitely a good trade for Kalista. You just have to be careful, because obviously if this team gets ahead a little bit too much, then you can be in a lot of trouble. Jace did a good job there. He dodged the Pantheon Q, so that's quite important. Oh, okay, Zeri flash. Oh, barely doesn't bind her, barely doesn't pull her back, so good flash by her. The Poppy charge. Preparing for Oner to come, the ultimate, and that is Pike going down. Oner, what were we doing there? What was that ultimate? Alright. Zach. Questionable positioning. Questionable positioning there. Alright, you can see how smooth these Graggy combos are. And you can also see, like, how... Dude, I find Gragas to be such a strong champion if you think about it. He has so many tools, right? He has this non-committal Lee Sin ult that he can also use just to deal damage to a lot of people, or to split people up if that, you know, is necessary, or to just knock the entire enemy team out of a Kindred ult or stuff like that, you know? So, yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. Alright, good hit by the Poppy there. Yeah, and that is going to be another kill on the Gragus. Alright, Jace. Oh my god, so sad that that missed. Had that not missed. But beautiful flash into an E there. So he flash auto attack cancelled his E and took down the Pantheon. Very good job. Alright, Zach going to grab himself at least a couple of plates, or one plate that he can get. Yeah, it's fine. Nothing Poppy can do, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, dude. Barely didn't kill that plate. Unlucky. Alright. Jace did. I think at this point it's a better idea to not attack the tower, because the tower is about to lose all of that plating defense, right? Yeah. Blue team. Ah, the hook goes wide. Yeah, I mean, if Lulu got hooked there, that could have been a small disaster, at least blowing the Lulu ult, but the owner was around. Dude, this Galio's just getting nailed by Poppy, huh? Unlucky, man. Unlucky. Alright, so Owner's doing the dragon now. This is the second dragon. Yeah, we have taken that down. Very good. Yeah, that wasn't the best pop of Predator, but I mean, you know, it's also fine. Jace is solo killing the Pantheon now, so what more could you want? your bot lane to be alive. Zeri finds a good angle. The ghost is activated. Gotta be a little bit careful, but she is doing her best to deal damage while everyone is focused on her support, which at the end of the day, the support is not going to be that important, right? Alright, Pyke will get pulled. The exhaust onto Oner. Oner will go down to the Pyke ultimate, and that is the Zeri going down as well with a beautiful Galio ult as well. We are working on the Poppy as well, and Poppy will be taken down as well. And that is a Pyke with a lot of kills and a lot of gold bounty. And that is absolutely huge. Beautiful, beautiful job by the red team. And that is a huge, blue team. Huge swing back in to the blue team's favor. Kalista now a strong champion again. And obviously, Pyke also in a very good position. Will get himself a Hex Drinker, very interesting. Will get himself a Hex Drinker just for that safety from the Gragoose, I would assume, right? But that's interesting, because I would say that, like, Jace is going to be much more of a problem, but apparently not. Is what I would have expected. Beautiful, beautiful ultimate by the Galio. Let's definitely say that. And Galio, obviously, even if behind, he does have a lot of impact on the game. Does have a lot of options still as well. And Zeri, I mean, you know, she even though she's ahead, she isn't at that point where she is ridiculously strong. She will need one more item for this. And obviously finish this one. And then one more. Alright, Poppy. Getting hooked in, doesn't really care. The Lulu ult comes out, so that now puts some pressure on. Ooh, decent buffer here by the Galio, as we have a very, very scary fight here with Kalista kiting out the Poppy and, well, definitely taking her down. But the Polymorph comes in clutch. Kalista still takes down Poppy, but yeah. So the Polymorph was huge there. The Polymorph hit in that exact same second that Kalista was about to draw the spears. And it delayed that by 2-3 seconds. Did pop the Poppy anyway, but she had to use her Q to make distance. And had she not, she could have transferred those stacks to Zeri and maybe even one-shot Zeri as well. It didn't end up working that way though, so that's fine. Alright, so now the Runan's Hurricane is available. This is one of the items that are very, very strong on Zeri, but we still have another item coming. And then Zeri is going to be an absolute machine. 173 farm here. So most definitely in a very strong position. We're gonna take down the Galio here for a short little snag. Not much going on. Interesting that Oner would commit to that, but yeah. So Oner obviously also in a really good place when it comes to money. Does have his Shadow Fire almost halfway built. And Zeri Flash is going to get her out of trouble for now. The Lulu ult comes in strong. Jace teleport and Pantheon will go down. Zeri still doesn't want to end this. Jace is going to knock the Zac out of the tower range, and Pyke just can't find an ultimate angle. And so the red team is bouncing back from that small little defeat that they had, the little knockback, and they are doing very, very well now. Obviously, Kalista wasn't around, so that was also a big problem of that fight. Oh my god, and Lulu just lives. Yeah. Yeah. Pyke. It can be hard. Alright. The Poppy ult will get her to safety. This Kalista is definitely nothing to be too concerned about in the grand scheme of things, right? In the big fights. But if she gets you alone, she can still be very scary. I think that she is not going to be so impactful in the team fights though, because there's just too much zoning going on. And if a Jace Q hits her, she can already kind of recall. As Jace has finished the Cyrilda's Grudge. Now rocking 3 really, really strong items. Obviously, me as a Kiana player, I know these items just too well. And the power they can provide to a champion with good scaling. Which definitely is a word that you could use to describe the Jace as well. Galiold coming through. Galiold's kind of weird to see, I find. Alright, so beautiful sidestep, but Galio is going to find the Jace. No counter trade on the kill, unfortunately. And so Jace will go down eventually as Poppy made her way out. Alright. Oner is planning something. Alright, he's gonna go around, cut off the... Oh no, Pikey boy. No, dude. Oh my god. Poor little soul, huh? Beautiful. Gragas ult into the E, dude. And he just hits them all into all of his damage. Beautiful stun combo. And 2 people going down to the Zeri ultimate. But Galio will find another taunt, and he will... Oh, beautiful flash ultimate by the Poppy, stunning 2 members, and obviously she goes down, but that doesn't really matter as this Zeri is still alive and she is just getting so much help. I mean, she's doing a good job, but like her team is just setting up for her so well as well. Absolutely huge, and obviously this Zeri is going to be so big now. All right, so obviously here as Zeri, we are going for a little bit of the armor penetration, which I find... I always find that weird to go for that at this point of the game. Because the enemy team, I mean, they don't have that much armor, right? There is a Sunfire Aegis, right? Which is pure armor, and obviously there's the Radiant Virtue and stuff. But it is what it is. It is the Lord Dominic's Regards finished, and now we are moving into the... Infinity Edge. Infinity Edge technically much stronger to get as a 3rd item. Obviously, the first 2 items have 40% crit, and then with the Infinity, you get the 60% crit. Like this, we are going to start out at 80% crit for the Infinity Edge, so you are a little overcapped. Could have gotten the Infinity Edge a little bit earlier, but that's totally fine. Alright, beautiful cancel by Oner again on to the Zac, and we are going to be pushing in, and you can see the walls closing in around the blue team here. Beautiful flash by Galio, last hooray, and that is a big stun also on 3 of the members, but Zac was alone, there was no follow-up, and obviously Kalista can't overextend into that, and so the FF will be cast, and it is a GG. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay awesome.